well into the winter time now. It's been really cold, and there's one thing I really like fishing for once the weather gets as cold as this, is big gravel pit roach. I find the colder weather sorts out the better sized roach, and the smaller ones normally stop feeding and the big ones come out to play. So I've come to my local gravel pit today. I got here nice and early, it was still dark when I got here, and I've had a walk around at first light, because normally you'll see a few roach showing at first light. I've seen two areas where they were topping and decided to set up in the second spot that I saw a few roach rolling. And the first job is to get a bite. So I've started with maggot feeders and maggots as hook bait and keep recasting those feeders every 20-25 minutes, and I put 3 or 4 spoms of maggots and casters out when I got here. I've been fortunate enough to have some dream roach fishing at this pit. In fact, I've caught over 40 3-pound roach by design. On one particular red letter day, I caught 6 3-pound plus roach in the same day, up to £3.12. I must confess, last March whilst carp fishing, I accidentally caught a 4-pound roach as well, so there's some giant roach in this pit. We haven't been fishing very long today, we've been here about half an hour and the bites have started already. That's the first bite. It's only a small one, but it's nice to get a bite quite early on, because sometimes in the depth of winter they can be very much nocturnal, these roach. In fact, I think there could be one on the other rod as well. The other line is bouncing up and down. This is only a little fella, but first thing you got to do is get a bite. If we get plagued by lots of really small roach, I've got some mini boilies to try, but I'm pleased with that, to get a bite early on. Only a small roach, but lovely roach. Perfect. It's been absolutely manic the last 15 minutes. Last couple of times I've cast out, as I've been sinking the line, roach have grabbed it straight away, so let's see if we manage to get the bobbin on this time. Fish nice tight lines for the roach on these gravel pits. It helps with the fish to hook themselves. Let's try and get 2 rods out. Well, I've had a mad half an hour straight away with the maggot feeders, catching sort of small to medium sized roach from the off. In fact, I've put one of the rods on a mini boilie because that can slow the action but sort out the slightly bigger roach. But I think it's time to put a couple more spoms of bait out and have a recast and see if we can find some bigger fish. Blimey, there we go, just over £2, £2 and an ounce that'll be. But that's nice, we've been catching sort of half a pound fish regularly, and then out of the blue a slightly better one's turned up. Well, how about that for a winter roach? £2 1 ounce, and that goes to show the importance of topping the swim up with some bait. I put 3 or 4 more spoms out, recast both the feeders, and a double take resulted in a little one about 8 ounces and this beautiful 2-pounder. I persevered with the maggot fishing, and the fishing got absolutely mad. I struggled to keep 2 rods in the water at times. Sometimes as I was playing one fish, the other rod would go. I was getting double takes. Most of the fish were between ½ pound and maybe £1.25 pounds. So I've now swapped over to little mini boilies rather than maggots for hook bait. I find the mini boilies a little bit more selective. But I thought before I cast this rod back out, I'd just quickly give you a rundown of the rig that I use for these roach. I think a lot of people would have seen the Heli Rig kit before as well. It's nice and simple. There's a little quick change bead sandwiched between 2 other little plastic beads and 2 rubber stops. Being a quick change bead, it makes it really easy when I want to change between maggot fishing and mini boilie fishing. I can just slide the rubber sleeve off and swap hook links in seconds. Beneath that, I've got a 40-gram maggot feeder. That's on a quick change clip as well. Again, that makes it nice and easy. If I want to put a bigger feeder on or a smaller feeder on to gauge how much bait to put through the swim, I can change the feeders nice and easy as well. I use an 8-pound main line. I can't stress how important that is. That might sound a bit overkill for fishing for roach, but it's for casting the feeders. I'm probably fishing 50-60 yards today, and if I didn't have 8-pound line, there's a chance I might crack off and leave the rig in the lake. So that's purely for casting. Anyhow, I've been getting quite a few bites on mini boilies now as well. So I'm going to get this rod back out there, and hopefully another one of those nice 2-pound plus roach is going to turn up. We're back to the stage of struggling to keep 2 rods in the water, even on mini boilies. It's a brilliant day's fishing, if I'm honest. I'm not complaining. It's nice to get so many bites in the winter. Well, the action's been consistent all day long, even on the mini boilies. They're not tiny roach. I guess that one's probably about 10 or 12 ounces. But I don't mind catching them all day long, and it's just knowing what the next bite might be. Hairy bringing them in here. There's quite a lot of weed in the edge of this swim, so sometimes you've got a medium roach and a clump of weed. But I thought I'd caught the other line, but it's actually another fish. Well, how about that for a double take to end on? 2 lovely roach there. It's been a brilliant day's fishing. It's been really enjoyable. Loads of fish around this size, and that nice big 2-pounder this morning. So it just goes to show you what sport you can have in the depth of winter, catching these beautiful roach. So all you need is a few pints of maggots and some feeder gear. And how about that for a bit of winter fishing?